Welcome back to the world of Wraith. Got with you guys, the Friday Market Watch. We're going to be looking over Everfest today. Before we jump into it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Our next goal is 2K. And let me know in the comments down below, are you a dog person or a cat person? Personally, I love cats, but I like all animals, honestly. Dogs are lit, snakes are lit. So let me know in the comments down below. You got pets? Are you a cat person, dog person? Maybe you got a hamster? Let's jump into it. Not financial advice. Never financial advice. Now, Swarming Gloomveil, this card was around, I believe, like 20 bucks, 15 bucks back when Florian was around. Seeing it now for pretty much 8 bucks, slowly going towards 9, slowly going towards 10 for the non-foils. Seems like a pretty reasonable price. Rainbow foils for 12, 13, 14. Not bad. I think the rainbow foils were like somewhere from 25 to 30. Now, this is a great Runeblade card. I don't think Aurora will play this. I don't even know if the new lightning flow is an aura. So if it is, maybe. Let me know if the lightning flow is an aura. But Swarming Gloomveil, not bad for its current price for a Majestic. Like I said, it's been pretty up there at some point. So for now, about 8-9 bucks, 11 12 for the rainbow foil. Not bad. Runic Reclamation, right now it's super cheap. I mean, 50 cents without shipping, slowly going to $1. Rainbow foils, we're looking at $1, $2. This card was pretty good back when Florian was around. It gets rid of rune chants, gets rid of auras. You can take out a channel mount heroic with this. For a Majestic, 3 for 7 with a pretty good on hit in certain matchups. I think this is a sleeper pickup. I mean, I think this was like 5 bucks around when it was getting played. I think it's pretty good. Make sure you have it if you're a Runeblade player. Runeblood Incantation, pretty good Runeblade card. It's seen a ton of play throughout different formats. I think Vincent plays this in CC. Florian's running this in Sage. For a rare, it's pretty much $2, slowly going towards 3. So pretty good. I think it's a good pickup if you don't have it. These rares that are just worth $1 more, I think are always just good to have because they slowly start going to 3, 4, especially as the player base grows. We do have the extended art at a solid 13. Once these two sell, we're looking at 23, 25, slowly going towards 30. So not financial advice. If you want to pick these up, these are a lot cheaper than the rest of them. A guy like me, I would just get my playset in non-foils, make sure I have them. Revel and Runeblood, another Majestic that's pretty reasonable. I think about 5 bucks. I mean, I think Vincent kind of stopped running this, and I think this was a really good Visage cards, but I don't think that the current Runeblades really want to play this. I think Mordred Tide is seeing play over this. For 5 bucks, not too bad of a Majestic. It is very powerful, creating 4 rune chants, so that's pretty good. 5 bucks, make your own decisions. I would make sure I have it. I think I already have my playset, so I'm not too worried about it. Rainbow foils, a little bit more. Pretty much $6.50 for near mints, close to 7. Then slowly going towards 10. Not a bad card. I think you could live without it, but maybe a Runeblade in the future comes out and this is just super powerful. Make your own choices. Vexing Quillhand, $1, slowly going towards 2. Very powerful piece of equipment. AB, a staple in Vincent. Cold foils, about 6 bucks, slowly going towards 8. Not bad for a cold foil. I definitely think this will see play in the future as well. Earthlore Bounty. I know this was going crazy over the Valda hype, but now we know Valda doesn't play this, or at least from what I've seen. Cold foil's about 3 bucks, 4 bucks. I think I sold mine for like 20 or something during the Valda hype. Not a bad pickup for collector purposes, I think. I mean, it's a beautiful card, but don't think it's really gonna see play. But cold foil EA, about 3-4 bucks. Not too bad. Stalagmite. This shield, I think it's due for a reprint. I mean, we're looking at near mints for 94, then 100, 130. I don't know when it will get a reprint or when's a good time to do it, but I think this needs a reprint. It is pretty expensive. Only y'all can play it if you're not playing LL. Pretty much $100. I would say wait on this. Maybe it'll get reprinted somewhere, but yeah, this is pretty crazy. Pulverize. Now we're looking at about $5-6 for the non-foil. Extended art, we're looking at 35, 37, slowly going towards 40. Pretty interesting card. I don't think it's one of the best cards. I mean, somebody can easily block this out and then, you know, take 2 damage. The -4 effect doesn't really apply. I think Valda, if she's dominating this, could be pretty good as they can't fully block it out. Does cost 10. It's an interesting card. I mean, probably the highest number in terms of clash. Guys, let me know if there's anything higher than 14. I think this might be the highest base attack of any attack in the game. Not bad. I would skip on it if you're a Guardian fan. Maybe get it. I think you're fine if you don't get it too. Imposing Visage. We're looking at rainbow foils about 26, 27, 28, then jumps up to 33. Non-foils, we're looking at 25, 26. It's pretty expensive. I think Valda's running this. I think Pallades and Lyeth also like this. I think this card would be a great reprint target, but I don't know when it's going to get reprinted. Maybe the next gem pack. It's tough to say. 25. It's tough. It's a good card. I think if you buy it, you're definitely going to get a ton of use out of it. Cards in Flesh and Blood that let you go in your deck and either add a card to your hand or banish it or put it on field. Very powerful effects that don't really happen often. So make your own choices if you like Lyeth, Valda, or Pallades. It's probably not a bad buy, but it's also like $26, so make your own choices. Nerves of Steel. This was like a $5 card at one point with like Fatigue Betsy. We're looking at it for 30 cents, 50 cents. I think you're fine if you don't have this, but if you're just a Guardian player and you like owning all the Guardian cards, it's not a bad time to buy it for essentially bulk prices. Rainbow foils, 50 cents, 80 cents, 150, slowly going to $2. Probably just get your place in a non-foil. I mean, like I said, this card was money at one point, but it was a very niche time, very niche deck. 100 wins, EA. I love this card. You're probably just off better just getting the non-foil, but EAs are about $6, $7, $8, 9, 10, 15. Probably not going to be selling like crazy. I mean, they've slowly been selling. Maybe the future combo ninja will like this, but like I said, non-foils readily available. EAs all over the place really. Once these start selling, they'll slowly start going up. I love this card. It's just so dope. Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. I think every time I talk about this card, I'm always surprised how cheap it is. Mask of Momentum is a legendary, but often the ninjas just like this majestic Lynx way more. It gets you that guaranteed value. Non-foils are pretty close to $5 more or less. Cold foils, let's see. Cold foils about 13, 14, slowly jumping to 16, 17. Still a good time to pick it up in my opinion for such an amazing headpiece for ninja. I mean, Fi runs this, Katsu runs this. I think Syndra's the only one who prefers Mask of Momentum, but there's even been Syndra builds in the past that play Lynx. Definitely get your Lynx. If you're a ninja player and you don't have this, it's definitely the non-foil for like $3-4. It's not bad. Wax On. One of those cards that came out in Everfest that don't know if it really saw play. Doesn't see a ton of play now, but against new, this was so powerful. See some play in Sage. 1 card 5 is pretty good against, you know, Briar or anything else that runs 0 cost attacks. Pennies on the dollar, 25 cents. This is a bulk card pretty much. It's a common, but it can be so powerful. Rainbow foils, 40 cents, 50 cents, slowly going towards $1. Make sure you have your copies if you're a ninja player. I think this is a pretty good D-React. Oath of Steel's been gaining some hype from the Hala hype, from just warrior support. It's about $5. Non-foils, let's look at the foils. 8 on the market, so some have been selling. We're getting at 750, 9, then 10, and 15. So rainbow foils are definitely slowly leaving the market. I would just get my non-foils for hype for it, but also this might get a reprint in the mastery pack. I mean, unless you've been testing and you know that this card is really good, I probably avoid it. But if you know this is really good and you don't have it, I mean, pick it up. I'm not a warrior player, not financial advice. Shatter, pennies on the dollar, 25 cents, 40 cents. Not really a crazy effect. Until the end of the turn, target a two-handed weapon gains whenever you would deal this power damage. Instead, you may destroy a target defending equipment with defense less than the damage that would be dealt this way. So having the ability to destroy equipment can be very powerful. It is a reaction, doesn't buff your weapon, and it has to be a two-handed weapon. It's really cheap. Warrior players, if you didn't know this existed, maybe pick it up, maybe add it to your cart. If you just like trying to fill out a shipping minimum, I think it's fine if you don't own this, but something interesting in Everfest. Slice and Dice EA, I think the non-foils are pennies on the dollar. Extended arts, we're looking at $8, $9, $10, and jump into 15, 17. Not bad. I mean, I know we're kind of going towards flurry tokens and swinging your weapon more often, so I think Slice and Dice could be pretty good. I mean, it's a 1-card 4 and it kind of splits up the damage. Blocks 3, not bad. If you want the EA, I think it's still okay to buy as long as we're in these early listings. Once we're jumping to like 15, 17, it's probably not a good time to buy. If you want to save money, non-foils are readily available. Blood on your hands for Kasai Specialization. We're pretty much looking at $5 for the non-foils. Rainbow foils, pretty much the same thing. If you're gonna buy this, I mean, get your rainbow foils for a little bit extra, not too bad. Miraging Metamorph, this did jump from Ziggy. We're looking at a pretty solid 14, slowly going towards 15 for the non-foils. Rainbow foils, wow, pretty much the same price. So if you're gonna buy them, I mean, here's some good prices for rainbow foils. You can get your playset from this seller here, so shout out to them. If you want to get your playset, right here. I think this is definitely going to see playing Ziggy. I could be 100% wrong, I don't know. But 1 for 7, when it destroys, create a token that's a copy of an aura you control. Ziggy's definitely going to be playing tons of auras. I think it's a no-brainer. Maybe it's reprinted in the Ziggy Armory deck. Maybe as a 2-of. We have been seeing things like that. The Rhinar deck did reprint Beast Within as a 1-of. So, you know, if you want to be cautious about that, definitely can. But $15 for a powerful card, not bad. Passing Mirage for a rare, another rare that's kind of up there. I mean, we're looking at $2, slowly going towards $3. So yeah, rainbow foil, $3, $4, and then there's also a cold foil version. Cold foil version, we're looking at 13, 16, 17, 28, all the way at the bottom, 9 listings. Make your own decisions. The cold foil does look pretty cool, but that is a lot more than just buying your playset in non-foils. Fractal Replicant, this has not really seen play in the past before. I mean, it is a majestic. I don't even know what this does. I just saw it was $4. I was like, let me put it in the market watch. When you play or defend with this, it gains defense is equal to, wow, okay. So if I'm reading this correctly, basically when you play it, it's gonna copy all the effects and attack and defense of everything on the combat chain. Illusionists aren't really known for going wide. Maybe Ziggy can go wide as he is a lightning hero with embodiments of lightning, but this copies Illusionist attacks. So anything that's just lightning, like let's say Fry, it's not like it's gonna get the 3 attack from Fry. Has to say Illusionist on it. I think if it's lightning Illusionist, it'll work just fine. Pretty interesting for a Illusionist card. We're looking at $4 to $5. I think it's okay if you don't play it. I don't know if Ziggy will run this. Rainbow foil is about 10, 12, slowly going towards 20. Pretty cool card. this is the first time I've never even seen this before. I think Ziggy has a potential to play it, but I mean, if you're going 3 wide on Illusionist, you're probably winning. This could go like, this could be a 1 card 12 if you attack for 6 and then 6 again. But then in the same note, Ziggy looks like he's going to be doing arcane damage. Think it's okay if you skip on it. Pretty dope card though. Techlo Pounder, even though Dio is leaving us soon-ish, this is a pretty good staple for mech. I mean, a lot of mechnologists really want this just to get over the top of certain block decks. I have seen max decks with this. We're looking at about $4 to $5, slowly going towards 6 for the non-foils. Rainbow foils, 6, slowly going towards 7. Probably not a bad idea to get your rainbow foils. Battering bolts, actually this is the only ranger card I have for it today. Rainbow foils about $12, a bunch of rainbow foils on the first listing, so non-foils about 12, yeah. Probably just pick up your rainbow foils if you want these. Nerd Rage Gaming, something cards with a K. Both have 3, so you can get your playset from them. Tell me in the comments if Marlin plays this. It looks like it fits her cost curve, 2 for 6. Her harpoon cannon usually costs 4, I'm pretty sure. So right up there with the Marlin stats, but I don't know if she plays this. Let me know in the comments. Swing, Bingus. We're looking at pretty much 20 for near mints. Here's a rainbow foil for 20. So 20 all day pretty much. Swing, Bingus, EA. Now this is an awesome EA. To me, this is kind of like a high seas EA. I think he's like destroying the ship. I don't really know what's going on in the artwork, but it does look awesome. Essentially 5 more bucks. This is an alternate art EA. Once these couple listings go, we're looking at 30, 31. Then we're jumping to 32, 35, 36. So make your own decision. If you want to pay a little more for the promo, I think it's valid. Or if you want to save your money, get the regular art. The regular art is pretty dope too. So Swing Bingus, not bad. Arcane Lantern, this surprised me a little bit. We're looking at $2, slowly going towards 3. It is a generic equipment. Cold foils, we're looking at 16, slowly going towards 20. If you don't have your Arcane Lantern, definitely pick up at least a non-foil. It's a pretty awesome piece of equipment. I love equipping Arcane Lantern. It's so dope. And it is generic. It's probably just going to keep going up if we don't get it reprinted somewhere. This round's on me. This did get the compendium reprint. We're looking at $3 to $4. Now, the card doesn't read crazy, especially the first time I read this. You're giving your opponent a draw. So that's pretty crazy. But until the start of the next turn, attacks that target, you have -1. So decks that go really wide, even though you're giving them a whole card, you can usually get like 5, 6, sometimes even 7, sometimes even more, depending on how wide they go. Back when Zen was legal in Classic Constructed, playing this against Zen was really good, as he often went super wide with his Tigers. Not a bad card. Blue block 3, only cost 1. Definitely, I would make sure I have my copies if you like having all your generics, just like I do. Rainbow foil is about $3, $4, $5. Not bad. Let's check out the compendium reprint real quick. Compendium reprint, less than $1, $2, not less than $1, but pretty much $2. Yeah, I guess it's super close to the Everfest print. Get whichever one you want if you want to save money. Not bad. It does have the antiquity borders. Let's check out the cold foil. Oh, cold foils, we're looking about 25. Yeah, not too bad for a cold foil. I would just get the non-foils, save some money. Just make sure you have this if you like having all the generics. Healing Pot, this was like a $2 card back when Verdance was around. We're seeing this for 55 cents, 60 cents. Don't know if future heroes will run it. I do think Verdance and Florian will come back in the future. Definitely could see Verdance running this again. If you don't want to pay $2 once she's back, 50 cents. Some of your LGS friends at the armories might even just give you this for free. Pretty good card. Make sure you have it. Don't know if anybody else besides Verdance will play this, but maybe a future hero. Amulets of Echoes. I mean, Celio's on Demon Time right now. This is $5 for a rare. Go look through your Everfest bulk, see if you find any Amulets of Echoes. That's a $5 bill, so pretty crazy. Cold foils, we're looking at 15, pretty much 15, slowly going towards 16. Yeah, pretty good for the Everfest bulk. Arcane Skullcap, the reprint in Everfest, we're looking about 35 bucks, slowly going towards 40. Think you're better off skipping this. Get the Arcane Rising Unlimited Rainbow Foil. Pretty similar. Some lately played for 40. Yeah, man, for 42. If you want to save a couple bucks, get the non-foil. Personally, I would spend a little bit extra to get the Rainbow Foil Unlimited, but do what you want. I don't know your payroll. This is not financial advice. But for a generic legendary, about 42. It's not like a steal, but it's not like super expensive like Crown or Balance, so not bad for a legendary generic. Grand Anchovies of Valhalla for the Fabled of Everfest, we're looking at 140, 160, it's going to 175. Pretty good for Valda, maybe Future Guardians. It's not as crazy as Eye of Ophidia or the Heart Fandal, but I'd probably pass on this unless you're like a Guardian lover. I mean, 2 surges off of this if you're pitching it for your Tectonic chestplate, pretty good. Gets you really close to dominate on Valda. But besides Valda, I don't really think the Guardian should be running this. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'd probably skip on this unless I'm like a diehard Valda fan. But 140, this only seems to be in cold foil. Let me know if that's facts. I only see cold foil here, so yeah, I think Everfest was the last one to be the first Ed version. I don't think we ever got the unlimited, so I think this only comes in cold foil. Looks like some have been selling for 130, so make your own choices. I would skip on this, but do what you want with your money. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Peace.